Hey you guys, this is Kawana, and I am here, yes, to elevate you, to inspire you, and to use the creative gifts that God has placed deep down inside of me to help you walk out your destiny. That's my mission. That's my purpose here on this earth. And I couldn't get ready to go in the house without sharing a word that's really been in my heart. I remember sitting in my house and I was working on a little small project. You know, God was letting me know some things was about to change, some things was going down concerning my children, my oldest three, and that I needed to prepare, you know. And so he had me in my bedroom, and I was working on a project, and in the process of working on that project and tearing down something that I was tearing down and taking it down so I could put it somewhere else, as I was taking this bed apart, I heard God say to me, crushing you. And I'm like, what? Crushing? And I started to think about, you know, the grapes. You know that grapes when they're actually, what is it? Okay, the proper term. In order to produce wine, what has to take place? They have to, the grapes, that juice that's produced from the grapes to make wine has to go through a process. And they actually crush grapes. They let that juice, it turns into juice, and it has to sit for a while for the aging and the fermenting and all the different things. And hey, I'm not someone that has a vineyard, but I know that little bit about the process when it comes to producing a wine. And just like the vineyard or someone who's a farmer that works on a farm, and they're producing that expensive wine that a lot of people pay money for. I want you to think about yourself as the grapes. I want you to think about yourself as aged wine, and the process. You know, even with your life, I want you to sit back and think about your life and think about some of the things that you've experienced. And at that moment, when I was sitting there on the floor and when God said, I'm crushing you, I'm like, God, how much more do I have to go through? I'm like, God, I've been through this and I've been through that. Really, do I have to go through anything else? I mean, come on. Wasn't the divorce enough, Lord? Wasn't seeing what I saw enough, Father? Wasn't losing this and losing that enough, God? And guess what? He was quiet. He didn't say nothing, you know. But I understood. I understood what was going on. I understood that God said, Kawan, I'm not finished with you, and that the crushing that I'm taking you to. Let's even go even further. Some people are put in a pit, you know, and or you know how they make these beautiful vases and vases and whatever you want to call them. They have to, after it's molded and after the potter is shaping and molding that beautiful creation, that pot has to sit on the shelf for a little while, and sit for a little bit, and eventually it's put into a kennel, and it's put in a kennel. And when it's put in that kennel, the kennel, it basically is the fire to create and help mold it and make that piece of pottery into something beautiful, and it goes through, I think they have a glazing process too. I remember doing projects like that in school, and I was supposed to actually take a class like that this past fall, but I put it on sidebar for a moment to take care of some more important things. But back to my story. The bottom line of what I'm saying is, in life, there's a process. Just like there's a process for a butterfly. The butterfly starts off as a caterpillar, and then the caterpillar turns into the cocoon, and then the cocoon stays like that for a season, and eventually then boom, 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 those wings start busting out of that web, that from that cocoon, and eventually you see a beautiful butterfly. But it was a process. And how many of you all are going through a process? Everybody should be putting their hand up, because we all are going through a process. Some processes are longer. Some people go through certain processes that are longer than others, because some people are hard-headed. I'll raise my hand and say I've been a hard-headed one. I've been. God know how he made this girl, this woman right here, stubborn. Don't want to take some people's advice. Want to do things my way. And I've had to learn the hard way. You know, when God has forewarned me and said, Kawana, no, don't go down that road. Don't you see that big red sign right there that says stop? And I'm like, well, God, let me just try it out. Let me go through the experience. And in those experiences, hey, I went through some things that, just forgive me, baby, that rocked the foundations of my life. But guess what? It changed me. It has made me into the woman that I am today, and continuing to make me the woman that I am today. You know, to the point that God, he birthed a book out of me called Who Are You? I Discovered Me from a Girl to a Queen. You know, he birthed a ministry inside of me, you know, that he helped me to bring into existence. You see this jacket right here, you guys? It says, that's my logo for EIC, Elevate, Inspire, Create. But in order for this jacket and what God did in the birthing of EIC to take place, I had to experience some things. That just didn't just drop in my head. No, there was some suffering. Back to that scriptures, Romans chapter 5, verse, I believe, 3 and 4 through 5. Perseverance, suffering produces perseverance, and character, hope. And hope doesn't just, because when you go through this suffering, it produces the perseverance in you. It produces the character in you. It makes you into the woman or the man that you're ultimately called to be. Because see, when God look at us, y'all, he see us already in our glorified body. He see us as his children, his daughter, his son, that's living out the holy life that he predestined from the foundations of this earth. Unfortunately, people around us don't see that. Unfortunately, people around us may see the sin. They may see the mistakes. They may see the failures. They may see the divorces, the issues, the drama, the time you got fired from that job, the time you went off, the time you lost it. They see all what happened, you know. But God, he look past all that, and he see you in your glorified body. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I just want to encourage you all to stay in the game. Stay in the game, stay in the process, and let God do what he needs to do in you, because he's not finished with you. He has a story that he wants to tell about your life. And actually, he wants you to tell it. We are called to share the gospel all over the land and the country. We are called to share the gospel with our neighbors, our friends. We all have a story, y'all. We all have a story. But guess what? Only you can tell your story. Not Kawana. Kawana can't tell JoJo story. Kawana got to tell JoJo Seawall, y'all. She talking about JoJo. My daughter, she has a story. You know what I'm saying? We all have a story. So I just encourage you all, no matter where you're at, no matter what's going on in your life, I need you to keep pressing. I don't care if you just filed bankruptcy. I don't care if your car was repossessed. I don't care how low your life gets. Guess what? Keep pressing. Keep moving. All of those things that you are experiencing or have experienced, guess what? It's helping you to become the best he has created you to be. It's helping you to have that bestseller book one day. It could be 2020, that book could drop. It's helping you to be who he has created you to be for his glory. Because it's beyond us, y'all. We experience what we experience to help someone else. Because our life is not our own. Our life belongs to the Lord. And the minute you realize that, you can't do nothing without him, if you don't believe in God, I pray that this week the Lord will drop it in your spirit. You have a dream, you have a revelation that God will hit you so hard that you will know that you know that you know that you can't do nothing without him. You can't make it without him. You can't even take the next breath without him. I can't do this video without him. I just wanted to drop that in your spirit today. Let God crush you. Let him crush all that sin, all that hell, all those issues, all those problems, all that bickering, all that filth, all that jealousy, all that intimidation, all that fear out of you until you become who he has created you to be. Let him crush you. Yo, he been crushing me, and guess what? It's producing something good. It's producing something good. Hey! It's producing something good. Let him crush you. Let him crush you for his glory. You all be blessed, be encouraged. I will talk to you soon. Have an awesome week. Remember, this is the day that the Lord has made, and you will. We have to rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all looking at a miracle? There's a miracle in the room. A miracle in this car. And it got my name on it. Hey, do you believe in miracles? I'm a miracle, and you are too. My baby back there, Vision, she's a miracle. Bye. She said bye. Look at him, Vision, before they go. That's my miracle, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.